And I think my internet's finally, or not internet, my electric power's finally back on. That was, I promise that was not intentional. Of course, that means we get sent all the way back to the bench. That means that we have to deal with all the enemies again. Oops, shoot. Whoops. Yeah, my internet slightly went offline because my power went offline, and like everything just went offline there. Oh, hi there. we love the random bugs. Yeah, we love the just random bugs that show up. Okay, now I need to... Yeah, now I need to actually take out all the... Yeah, these bugs again. There we go. One, I think there was a second one lower down somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1, 2 bugs should be everything here. Because we had to do this climb all the way up from the bottom. Which really shouldn't be too terrible if I have functioning internet and functioning power. There we go. Okay, yeah, that might be actually a little bit trickier than I thought it was going to be. Because I've got to actually move. Yeah, I've actually got to move pretty fast there. Yeah, because that's... Yeah, that's actually pretty fast on the platforms. Oh, shoot. Okay, that last one there's a little bit tricky. That last platform is just a little bit tricky. Which... I think I know what I need to do there. Yeah, I think I know what I need. I do think I know what I need to do to actually get up here. And then it's pogo. And then I need to single jump there. Yeah, I need to single jump there, and then I should be able to get around. Instead of double jumping like I've been doing. And I think that'll get us up. And I need to not do that either. Hopefully there's a shortcut that I can open up once I get up there, because if I have to do this every time I need to climb up, that's going to be very painful. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a little bit painful if I have to do that every single time. Because that's not... Yeah, that's not the easiest climb I've ever seen. Actually, it's not terrible, but I still have to go up and around every single time. Or down and around, I suppose, every single time. Which is a little bit suboptimal. Okay, come on, give me a thing I can pogo off of. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this room's actually a little bit tricky. Because then I need to jump off that one. And it's gonna pop up. Yeah, that's gonna pop up all the way over to the left? How are you supposed to do this room? Because, yeah, this is actually a little bit more difficult than I expected. Oh, then I can go up here and go around somehow? Okay, that makes my life at least a little bit easier. But also, this is actually a surprisingly tricky section. And we're out of health. We did technically get the item that we came to this area for, because we were currently just trying to complete the food quest for the damage upgrade, but that's not helpful, game. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah, the climb up's not terrible, at least. Now that I've figured out the pattern, I think I just need to do the same thing for the other rooms. Oh, I need a claw line under that top one, don't I? Instead of... Yeah, because what I did the first time was instead of using claw line, I just didn't. Because I bet you claw line makes that significantly easier to get up. Okay, because then I just need to jump up, pogo, single jump, and okay, yeah. That's actually not too bad. Or at least that part of it's not too bad. I do need to figure out how to get through this room a little more consistently, though. Because this room's actually kind of tricky. There's not a ton of safe areas to go and hang or like wait. Because yeah, it's a very unstable bit of just terrain in this room. Yeah, something tells me that if I want to get through here, I need to like claw line under. Feels like the solution. Oh yeah, I can just claw. I can just claw line at that point. Oh, that's not a solid. That's not a stable platform. that platform is not stable. Because yeah, it seems like I can probably just claw line right under there and like. How did I get on the wall the first time? Okay, I think I might need to give the claw line just a little bit more time so I can get up, or so that I can wait for it to grow over there so I can bounce off it. I am gonna lose my cocoon. Because yes, like 1, 2, 3 is like the timing that I need there. Okay, I technically didn't lose my cocoon at least. But this room's actually a little bit tricky. Because it's like a mini, it's kind of like a little puzzle box of a room to traverse, which I suppose I kind of find that cool. Okay, I need to make sure that the bugs are not, or that these flying things are not in my way for the climb up. Because they will cause me problems. Okay, there we go. I keep taking a lot of damage trying to traverse through that room. Which, I suppose... Okay, I was too slow there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I suppose that they are enemies, so it makes sense that they would cause me to take a bunch of damage as I try to traverse through the room, but that is what it is. Okay, there we go. Oh, almost there. not quite. There we go. Because I needed to get that second double jump off. Yeah, then it's 1, 2. Yeah, now I can climb up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the climb up's not nearly as bad as I initially was expecting it to be every single time. Because granted, this room is also a rather tricky room to work through. Okay, 1, 2, and then we can bounce onto this wall. There we go. Because now I need to give it like 1, 2, and 3-ish? Like 3-ish seconds, I think, is what I need in order to sneak through that. Because, yeah, okay, that... Yeah, I think if I'm not trying to focus on getting my cocoon back, then that's actually not too terrible. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, there we go. Because then I can hit that one. And then, okay, there we go. That's a little bit tricky. Oh, nice. There is actually a shortcut. It's nice when the game actually gives you a shortcut past the tricky sections. Because the tricky sections are, well, tricky. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, you're one of the big ones. Yeah, because the small ones are not too... Actually, the big ones aren't that dangerous either. They just like to they just really like to fly out of the range of where I can actually attack them. Which is... It's a little bit unfortunate when they fly that far up. Because I need to deal damage to them in order to... in order to actually take them out. Yeah, that room's not terrible. That's mild. That's a mildly concerning room. Raging conch fly. Oh, is this the? I think I fought the. I think I fought its brethren. I think this is the one that I fought earlier. I think I did fight that one earlier. Because something tells me that's the conch fly, or the second of the 2 conch flies, because the first one... Yeah, we had the 2 conch flies in Blasted Steps on the way out to the left. And now we have this conch fly hanging out over here. Oh, this means... Oh, I should go to the other... I should go to the other bench if I want to be able to easily fast travel around. Yeah, because I want to go to that bench so I can go just climb up and over instead of having to traverse through one of these rooms, because these rooms are not the easiest things to traverse through. We do have that shortcut. I forgot that there's an enemy down here. You think with how many times I've gone down the elevator and seen this guy hanging out down here, I would have remembered him existing? Okay, now my cocoon's in that boss arena. Okay, this room at least is fairly, or should be fairly fast to backtrack through to the other bench. Oh, right. There's, I always forget just how many enemies there are just hanging out all over Pharloom. Because it's like, it's constant. Okay. I wonder how many tries Raging Conchfly is going to actually take. Because the first Conchfly boss fight against 2 of them was not actually that difficult. I think it only took me 2 or 3 tries. Granted, this was also way earlier in the game, and the game's definitely seems to enjoy difficulty spiking every single boss fight I do. Because we've had a number of pretty tricky boss fights at this point, which makes it a little bit difficult to... Oh gosh. Right. These bugs are everywhere. But we've had some difficult boss fights so far. Between, like... Especially, like, Groll and... Hey, MK, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the hot Dorito cones. Oh, yeah. They are... slightly angry hot Dorito cones. And we found one of them just hanging out up here. And being slightly mad that we... Presumably slightly mad that we fought their... Or that we killed their friend earlier. Oh gosh, this one moves fast. But for somehow I feel like this is going to take me significantly more tries than it did the first time. Yeah, I feel like this is going to take me more than like 2 or 3 tries. Luckily, the run back's not terrible. Yeah, the run back's not terrible. It is a little bit on the long side, just because I have to climb all the way up. But I don't think there's too much that's like super dangerous in the way. I don't think there's too much that's super dangerous on the run back, at least. I say that as I immediately then take damage. Yeah. Anytime I say that it's not that bad, I'm going to immediately take damage. Case and point. Case and point. Say it's not that bad, immediately take damage. Okay, I may have broken the curse. The curse of claiming that I'm not going to take damage. Or maybe not. This guy's just... This room is... But yeah, this room is... This room is at least not too bad to traverse through. Provided I don't fall into the spikes. or the slightly angry sand. Yeah, the conchfly here is a little bit... Like, is actually a little bit more tricky than the previous one. Okay, that was my own dang fault. Okay, oh, if I want to... I think I want to stay close to it when it's spitting the things out, because I can kind of hit it from below, and it can't hit me, but then I just need to watch when it turns upside down. Because I did not expect it to turn upside down, and not like every boss, it deals double damage. The Silksong developers, Team Cherry with Silksong, apparently really liked the idea of everything dealing double damage. Seems to be what's going on. Oh gosh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Though it might also... I could also just mark that as a boss that exists and come back to it later, because we're close-ish to getting a damage upgrade. I might give it one more shot. Just for good measure. But we are close-ish to getting the damage upgrade because we have 4 of the 5 foods, and I'm pretty sure I have a good idea where the last food for the Great Taste of Pharloom is actually hanging out, but that... I have a sneaking suspicion that that's also going to be locked behind a boss fight, just because none of them have been actually that easy to get so far. Okay, yeah, I need to... I really need to watch out for that guy flipping upside down. Because, wow, this guy's, this guy moves fast. Yeah, this conchfly's, appears to be slightly angry at me. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Holy cow. His horizontal. He moves so fast when he's. Or they move so fast. I don't know if this is a boy or a girl conch fly. But moves so fast when they're going across the bottom of the screen. Yeah, they move so fast when they're going across the bottom of the screen. Because yeah, I got the food from that area, at least. In my whole reason I went up there was I'm trying to complete Great Taste of Pharloom so I can get the pale oil for the damage upgrade. And I'm suspecting that the last one is wherever Sinner's Road is. Where is Sinner's Road? It's up from there. Is somewhere either here or here. is what I'm suspecting, at least. But there's just so many conch flies. Okay, I'm gonna give it. I know I said I was gonna probably give it one more try there, but I'm gonna give it one more try. Because I do feel like that would be a significantly that it'll be a little bit easier of a boss fight if I get a damage upgrade beforehand, also. And I'm relatively close-ish to a damage upgrade. Because I've completed most of the food quest at this point. It's just the pickled muck maggot, which I thought was in Bilewater originally, but it doesn't seem to actually be in Bilewater because I checked everywhere it could be, or I think that it could be in Bilewater. So unless I'm missing an entire area in Bilewater, I'm suspecting it's that pathway in Sinner's Road that I haven't taken yet. But also there's a conchfly guarding. It's guarding something. I just don't know what it's guarding yet. Cause yeah, they are fast. Yeah, they are very fast. Cause yeah, wow, do they? Cause like that is, they zoom in. That is also a surprisingly difficult attack to dodge. Yeah, that is a surprisingly difficult attack to successfully dodge consistently. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Just a little bit chaotic of a boss fight. Maybe I come back here after I get the damage upgrade. Because that is... I'm gonna mark that as an enemy. Because I got my little enemy markers for stuff that I'm kind of just waiting on. There's also a lot of doors and stuff, because I'm guessing that it's going to be right either here or here. So Greymore, and then I can go up. Okay. Yeah, I think, Beast Crest would be good against this boss. Honestly, probably. The Beast Crest would honestly probably be pretty good against this boss. That is a good suggestion. I am just very used to the Reaper Crest, though. But it has the problem of... That has a much longer attack windup than most things. But it's also like... The Beast Crest does attack faster and seems to generally be pretty good against enemies that I need to be a little bit aggressive against. Which would, I think, count for most of the enemies in at least this part of the game. What was the way to Sinner's Road from up here? Because I know there's a pathway connecting them. It's further up. Because yeah, I know there's a pathway connecting to Sinner's Road up here somewhere, and but that's kind of my current working theory is I'm going to go to this bench, and then I'm going to run over and check, I think, down and then up. Because I don't like Sinner's Road as an area. But I suppose the area is working as intended. Yeah, I suppose this area is working as intended if I'm uncomfy. If I'm uncomfy trying to hang out in Sinner's Road. I feel like it would be more concerning if I wasn't moderately concerned, because we already got that bench. I'm suspecting, given that we did a pretty thorough search of bile water for the pickled muck maggot, because this feels like something that would be bile water related due to the water quality of bile water as an area. But I would not be surprised if it's in Sinner's Road as well, because... Okay, there's an entire... Oh, that's up. Why don't you go down, then? Oh, there's a tunnel down there. Okay, there is just a tunnel down here. Because I don't think I've been through either of these rooms. Barbed bracelet. That's new. Increases damage taken, but also damage dealt by the needle. That's actually an interesting trade-off. That's not the item I needed, but that is an interesting trade-off. Okay, because I feel like I didn't come up here because I need double jump to actually make it. It feels like we're kind of in like a piping system. Like just a bunch of pipes down here. Where am I going? I hear something. Yeah, I hear something over there. Which is mildly concerning. Oh, this is a shortcut back. This is definitely a boss fight coming up, isn't it? Because the bench is right here. And I am concerned every time the game gives me a nice shortcut back to a bench. Yeah, better now than later. That is true. That is true. Because yeah, I'm always concerned when the game gives me a nice set of shortcuts. Granted, I just took a absurd amount of damage right there. Because this is Silk Song being nice. That is concerning. This feels like a boss arena. And I'm guessing... Okay, I can hit the gong. I'm gonna fight the thickest boss in Silk Song. And or it's just a regular arena. But I'm suspecting boss fight around here somewhere. It also doesn't help that I don't actually have my cocoon in this area. Okay, those guys are not too bad. Yeah, ring the gong. Okay, disgraced chef Lugioli. The things he's throwing out look like what I'd expect a pickled muck maggot to look like, so I think I found the right spot. Yeah, I think I found the right spot. And then let's just see how difficult this boss actually winds up being. Oh, those blobs. Those blobs eat my healing ability. Because I get maggoted by the blobs. Okay, that actually makes things a little bit tricky. I was not expecting those blobs to maggot me. Which is a little bit unfortunate for my survival. Yes, the thickest boss. I can see why. He, I suppose if you don't mind the taste of muck maggots, then they would be a very plentiful food source in this area. It does help now that I have my cocoon in the area, so I have a little bit more capacity there. Okay, I need to figure out exactly what the strategy against these two is. Flying enemies always give me so much trouble. And I really don't know why, given that these aren't even difficult enemies. Yeah. Maybe have a second thought on Lugioli. I'm just gonna call him Disgraced Chef Luigi. Because his name's close enough. Yeah, his name's close enough there. And I'm really not sure how to how to read his name. Which I suppose is kind of a me problem. Ah, shoot. Because if I get muck maggoted, then I'm gonna have a hard time. Yeah. This fight was difficult for you. Hey, thanks for not biting for a minute, Draconic. Because, yeah, I'm suspecting this is the last fight I need to do before I get a damage upgrade. Because this definitely feels like a boss fight that's going to lock a damage upgrade behind it. Because this feels like where the pickled muck maggot is. Which is the last thing I need for the quest. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Hey, look, I got lucky on that one. I sometimes forget that I have the lucky dice on because it doesn't always roll at the best times. But sometimes it does. Sometimes it's actually useful. Because this is what, I think this is attempt 3? Ah, shoot. Yeah, I just got maggoted way early in the fight right there. Okay, I need to figure out his attack patterns. I need to work out exactly what his attack patterns are. Yeah, learn how the boss works, and then you can beat the boss easily first try every time. So something like that. I can't tell if this is going to be a like super difficult boss or if it's going to be one that I figure out fairly fast. Because he does. I feel like if I can avoid getting hit by the maggot goop that he throws all over the arena, I'll be in pretty good shape. That's at least my general theory. Though I may also need to, because I'm still working off of basically 0 skills either. Yeah, I'm still working off of like 0 skills and like 0 tools. Or 0 good tools, at least. Okay, the goop water does only deal 1 damage. Contact with the chef here deals double, which I suppose makes sense. He's a little bit on the heavy side. He thinks that his dishes are very good, at least. Because he seems to be well fed. But yeah, at least the run back's easy. At least the run back's easy. Because yeah, I'm not making it that far into the boss fight right this second. So it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, built like a brick house. Yeah, these guys at least aren't that terrible to start the fight. I say that as I then take like a bunch of damage to them. That they're not terrible. Yeah, slight boss. I got muck maggoted right at the start. I'm assuming that those things are called muck maggots. And that I can stop just calling them random things. Because yeah, I'm just guessing. Yeah, it seems like if I stay a little further away, I did not realize that they can bounce off the wall. Yeah, I did not realize that the muck maggot things can bounce off the walls. I was expecting it to hit the wall and break apart and not bounce back into me there. But I'm suspecting that if I can stay a little further away from him until he does an attack that doesn't spew muck maggots everywhere, then probably can avoid getting muck maggoted on a regular basis. That is my working theory for how to do the boss fight. And that could change depending on what we run into. These guys have what, 5 health? It seems like. Yeah, it seems like those guys have 5 health each. I'm just gonna heal before he drops into the arena. It bounced off the wall and hit me again. I'm pretty sure I realized that it does that. Now I just need to actually account for it doing that. Okay, and or I just get squished. And or I just get slightly squished. Yeah, I just gotta figure out. You just gotta learn how to fight the boss, and then just do that. That's definitely the method. Is just learn how the boss fight works, and then do whatever wins the boss fight. Stay tuned for more tips on how to beat video games. Step 1, win the boss fight. Step 2, profit. The most complicated strategies known to man. Not known to man or whatever Hornet is kind. Maybe I stand on the left side of him when he's in the arena. Or when he jumps into the arena. That might be slightly more optimal. Yeah, staying on the left side might be slightly more optimal when he spawns in, to avoid the initial burst of muck maggoting. Okay. Okay. Because the right side of the arena seems to get, with between it bouncing off the wall and whatnot, seems to be a little bit busy just after the arena starts. And I know I've started the fight without getting muck maggoted, and I think I was either standing closer to the center or more towards the left side when that happened. To just, every attempt is a chance to learn something new about the boss fight and get a little bit better for the next attempt. Just one attempt at a time, and eventually you figure out all the mistakes you can make. I'm guessing that standing somewhere a little bit. Okay, standing. I don't know where exactly I was standing. I was standing somewhere near. Oh gosh, he's a little bit chonky. Yeah, he's a chonky. I should have healed before I got muck maggoted. Okay. I'm slowly. I think I'm slowly piecing together what I need to do here. Yeah, maybe the cocoon can be used for clearing the maggots. I have a problem where if I try to keep a cocoon alive, I wind up doing very, very poorly on that attempt, just due to the fact that I'm focusing so much on trying to keep the cocoon around. But that could work. That is at least a valid idea. Yeah, it's a valid idea at the very least. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at the fight, I think, because I at least feel like I'm starting to learn how to read the boss fight. Because I feel like standing like around here, yeah, around there seems to be fairly safe. Okay, I need to watch out for that attack. Okay, if I stay close to him when he's gonna ground slam and then dash away, it seems to actually sometimes sort of work. Because it seems that he like sort of throws out the muck maggots in my vicinity instead of just anywhere. Okay, granted, if I'm standing right on top of him, I'm going to get muck-maggoted no matter what. Yeah, if I stand right on top of him, I'm going to get muck-maggoted no matter what, because that's where they spawn from. But that does seem to have a workable dodge in there if I'm close to him, which means I can also get 1 or 2 hits off as a punishment for him doing that attack. I need to be able to tell when he's going to do one of the attacks where he, like, throws out muck maggots versus when he's going to just throw himself across the screen at me. Because the contact damage does hurt. Yeah, the contact damage does definitely hurt when he does his, like, just horizontal throw himself without any muck maggots attack. That he seems to do at least occasionally. Okay, I need to not take more than 3 damage in this fight, or in this part of the fight. And then standing right around here seems to be pretty consistently safe. And then, yeah, getting close to him when he's going to do that attack. That attack is easy to telegraph. When he's going to do that ladle attack versus that attack is a little bit harder for me to read the telegraph on currently, because I think I have a tell. I think he wiggles at me a little bit before he does that attack. Of course, my reaction time is... if he flies up in the air, he's going to do the ground slam attack. I need to be a little further away. Yeah, I need to be just a little further away when he's going to do that attack. So I don't get hit by the spheres of muck maggots that he throws out at me. I like how there's just some rosary beads just sitting in that cage right there. I didn't even notice those before. I've been through this room several times. Yeah, at least giving it as many attempts as I can here. But for some reason, it seems like these guys really like to just bunch up next to each other. And I'm not entirely sure what about their AI is making them do that. But when they bunch up, it is a little bit easier to deal with them. Because I can hit both of them at once. And then, yeah. I'm kind of looking at I'm not sure if that's ham or what in the background. Okay, that was a telegraphing misread. That was a misread on my part for that telegraph. Okay, he's going to ladle slam. He's going to launch himself across the screen. He's going to ground slam. He's going to ladle slam. No, he's going to launch himself across the screen. Okay, I misread that one. Why did I misread that one? Because, yeah, okay, there's a very slight delay. There's a very slight delay between when he does his ground slam attack and when the muck maggots spawn. And I think if I use and abuse that window, I'm in decent-ish shape. Because that lets me poke him, and it lets me get a poke off. Okay, that was a misread, but I'm okay with that misread because I didn't take damage. If I misread but I don't take any damage, and no harm's done to me, then I don't terribly mind. Yeah, I don't terribly mind misreads so long as I still manage to avoid... Especially if I can manage to avoid getting muck-maggoted, I'm very happy. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's which side he's shaking, I think. Because, yeah, whatever the telegraph I picked up for ladle slam versus... Oh, that's a new attack. That is definitely a new attack. Okay. Getting there. I think I got down to phase 2. I'm guessing that the phase 2 transition is diving into the muck maggot. or the muck maggots there, I'm guessing was the phase 2 transition. Or at least that was a phase transition of some sort. Whether or not it's to a phase 2 or to like a phase 1.5 equivalent is a separate problem to solve. Yeah, separate problem to solve at least. Oh gosh. I need to actually attack the bugs instead of just dodging around them and missing every single attack. Yeah. Though, I also do sometimes wonder if the Reaper Crest is the best one. And I also just remembered, I'm not using any of my, like, combat. This is not my combat loadout. This is my exploration loadout right now. Which might... Granted, they're not that different, but they are different. I do have a different loadout for combat versus exploration for my, like, tools and whatnot that I put on my crest. After this attempt, I'm going to swap those out also. Can I parry back the muck maggot balls? Oh gosh. Yeah, these attacks are a little bit. Okay, I'm still misreading which of the attacks they're gonna do, which is not the best thing in the world because I do really like the injector band, but it feels. I like the memory crystal a lot more. I think. I think I like the memory crystal a whole lot more for boss fights. Oh, for some reason I thought I only had 6 of that trap. 6 of the, like, spike trap thing. Apparently that's a 7 use. How have I made it this far without realizing that? I honestly have no clue. Sometimes I am not... Or sometimes I'm not the most observant. And not always going to be the most observant. Not always the most observant Catboy in the universe. But hey, if it technically works, it technically works. Okay, then he says hi, and I have my very small safe zone over there. Okay, that's going to be the Ladle Slam. That's going to be that attack, because I can counter that attack by jumping over it most of the time. If I realize it's the attack that's happening fast enough. That's Ladle Slam. That's a Ladle Slam, okay. That's, okay. I think I'm figuring out... Okay, I was too close there. Yeah, I got way too close there, and I got muck maggoted. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, I really like the memory crystal for boss fights. Especially boss fights I can heal in. Which this appears to be a boss fight I can usually heal in. Usually heal in. I say as I then take a rather large amount of damage very quickly. But 'tis what it is. Not every boss fight's going to be easy, and Silksong seems to really enjoy having rather tricky boss fights everywhere. But it's worth it. It is definitely going to be worth it once I get it, because this should give me one more damage upgrade. Yeah, this should give me another damage upgrade once I... Assuming that this is... It's either to the Pickled Muck Maggot or to something else useful, because Silksong does make boss fights worthwhile. At least from what I've seen. I've yet to find a boss fight that didn't feel worth the effort. which is pretty good. I will take that. I keep trying to heal before I had... Or kept trying to heal to get rid of the muck maggots, but the muck maggots kept stealing one of my silk before I could get my heal off. That puts me in a rather awkward spot for my health pool right now. Because, yeah, that attack, it does deal double damage if I do contact damage, which means I'm functionally at 1 health for the moment. Which is always a concerning place to be. Because that attack is not always... I did not realize that they can charge up that far into the air. Because, yeah, that attack is still hard for me to read the telegraph for fast enough. But I am at least figuring out what I need to look for telling what attack is about to get thrown my way. Which always helps. Always helps to know what's about to attack, or what attack's about to come flying at you, so you can handle it appropriately. Or at least appropriately-ish. Oh gosh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These guys... Yeah, they're not strong, but they are a little bit tricky to dodge at times. Okay, I've seen the chef here throw out every single attack as their first attack, so there's no initial attack pattern that I can at least take advantage of at least. Okay, because that's gonna be ladle slam. That's gonna be ground slam. Staying near the middle of the arena seems to be the play here. Yeah, staying closer to the middle of the arena seems to be the play, because then I don't get the muck maggot spheres bouncing off the walls and clipping me. I just have to deal with dodging past them, which is definitely an improvement. Yeah, that's definitely an improvement. I don't know why I sound so unsure about that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm like questioning if that's an improvement or not, to not get hit by muck maggot spheres bouncing off walls. I can't think of a world in which that would be a downgrade. I am in Act 2. Also, welcome to the stream there. Yeah, we are in Act 2. I'm assuming that my current working theory is that this guy is blocking the way to the pickled muck maggot, which is the last item I need for a damage upgrade. Him standing between, or them standing between me and my damage upgrade means that they have lost their ability to exist, or their permission to exist. Yeah, they're gonna stop being alive. Though I do think this is the furthest I've made it. I dashed right into them. Yeah, I do think that's the furthest I've made it into the fight. And like, if there's a boss that's going to be hiding the pickled muck maggot behind it, anywhere in Bilewater or Sinner's Road, it feels like it would be the chef. Yeah, it feels like it would be the chef to me. So that's kind of why I'm thinking that this is where the pickled muck maggot is. Because this is also the only spot that I haven't checked in either of the areas with the muck maggot goop water. is whatever's past our cuisine gourmet chef of goop. Though I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd visit their restaurant. Oh gosh, that was a lot more damage than I should have taken there. Yeah, that was a lot more damage than I should be taking from these attacks that they're throwing out at me. Yeah, I should be a lot better at countering them than I am at this point. Because they're not that. Yeah, they're not it's not like they're moving fast or have like hard to read telegraphs. I just keep walking into them. Because I'm pretty sure like half the problem I'm having. That and I just randomly get clipped by muck maggots that I'm not paying attention to. So they do always spawn in a predictable area. Yeah, the muck maggots do always spawn in a predictable area, which does help, I think. Because they're not random. If they were random, that would be a little bit annoying. I'm gonna give it like probably 2 more attempts on stream today. Because the stream got cut slightly in half by the fact that I lost power for several hours. Or at least it felt like an eternity. I'm pretty sure it was only like 2.5 hours that I lost power for. But yeah. Here comes... Ah, shoot. I got hit right at the start. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at not getting hit by the goop right at the start, but I think my positioning was just slightly off there. That one was entirely my fault. I know that if I'm too close to them after they do that attack, I'm going to get clipped by the goop that comes out of the ground. Oh, come on. They're not that difficult of a boss. They really aren't. And yet I am repeatedly getting absolutely eviscerated by them. They should really not be. Because, like, there's nothing about this boss fight that makes it difficult. Because, like, the muck maggots are easy to dodge. They're easy to dodge. I'm just getting skill issued. Which I suppose tracks. That seems to be a classic. Yeah, getting randomly skill issued seems to be a classic running problem. Yeah, if I like stand like right between the 2 pieces of slightly cursed ham in the background. I'm going to call it slightly cursed ham. Standing right between the 2 pieces of slightly cursed ham seems to be more or less the play. Because that area seems to be very consistently safe right at the start of the fight. So yeah, then I have a slight window I can use to attack them there. Okay, that attack's not too difficult to deal with. And none of these attacks are too difficult to deal with. Once I can get a good read off on their damage. And assuming that doesn't happen. I have no idea how I managed to avoid getting muck magnet right there. So also, if it's going to be the difference between getting muck magneted and muck magneted versus a double damage, I think the double damage is what I still prefer most of the time. Okay, I can at least unmuck maggot myself. Though I'm not... I really do just keep dodging straight into that attack. Because every time I get to phase 2, I just, like, start dodging straight into that one attack. Which is funny, but also not effective. Because, yeah, turns out that dodging into the attack of the boss instead of away from the attack of the boss means you take some damage. Major shocker. Everybody is in fear of my knowledge. It's not like this is, like, boss fight 101. I think it's because I just keep expecting them to dive where I'm standing, so I just dive in a direction right into where they're actually gonna dive into the goop water. Because, yeah, I feel like that's what's happening, is I'm just expecting them to dive to me, so I dodge out of the way of them diving to me, right into the way of them actually diving somewhere. 1, 2. Wait for them to... Yeah, just a little bit of patience seems to also be useful in this fight. Because they don't move that fast. I don't normally see them do that attack twice in a row. Yeah, I don't normally see bosses do the same attack multiple times in a row in this game. There seems to be a slight preference towards picking a different attack for variety. Because, yeah, it does... Which of the 3 attacks they do does seem to be mostly random, at least. At least from what I'm seeing. Maybe they're going to dive down. There we go. Nope, they're not going to dive yet. Because, yeah, I have to stun them first. Yeah, it's a stun first. And then... Yeah, I seem to pretty consistently get a stun off before the phase 2 trigger. I'm really not sure exactly how the stagger mechanic in Silk Song works. Like, do they recover partially from being staggered? Yeah, they always seem to dive right into the middle. I just got muck maggoted again. Which is unfortunate. They always seem to dive right into the middle. Actually, that's useful information. That is very useful information to know, because that means that they are very predictable. Way more so than I was anticipating them being. Okay, that is a very consistent initial dive spot. Right into the middle. Every time. Of course, I'm running out of health regardless. And I'm gonna give it one more attempt. Because I do feel bad for the fact that the stream's kind of cut short / in 2 parts. And I have a couple more minutes here. Okay. Ring the gong. Always ring the gong. I do like how you're basically ringing a, like, hey, dinner's ready gong. I'm going to call it, I think it's a dinner's ready type gong. Of just, hey, dinner's ready, come prepare for food. So summon the chef. So summon the chef. To come set the table and or whatever the heck they're doing. Okay, at least get rid of the muck maggots. Okay, that is slightly concerning. Actually, that's not that bad. Okay, I can punish when they do the ladle slam. Semi-easily. Okay, because, yeah, it kind of sort of immobilizes them for a second when they do the ladle slam, which is actually kind of useful. Okay, I'm going to just pick up my silk that's sitting over there, because it temporarily, like, they're not going to do something else right after they do the ladle slam attack. They're going to wait. Yeah, they're going to wait for the ladle slam to finish before they fire off another attack. Oh gosh. They really do just throw Muck Maggot absolutely everywhere. Like, it's not just a couple of spots. It's absolutely everywhere. Yeah, then they're gonna throw it out. Okay, that appears to not be a good spot to be standing on the left side there. I think I have... Yeah, I think it spreads out a bit more on the right side of the arena. Yeah, I think it spreads out a bit more on the right side of the arena, which helps. Quite a lot. But yeah. I do have to call the stream there for the day. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, the things that YouTube requires me to say, otherwise I get banished to the Shadow Realm. And there will be more Silk Song later this week. On Friday. So, not the only Silk Song stream this week. And, yeah, hope you had a wonderful time, and, have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. If I can find the end screen button.